Welcome, time for some art fun. Today we're going to repaint this bear and talk about how I afford all these art supplies. So stick around. I recently posted a review video of the Kuratake Gainsai Tambi 24 color palette, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to repaint the subject of that video here. But before we get into that, I got a really fun package. So let's do a quick unboxing. Look what came in the mail! Ankapura! This did take a while to get here, totally worth the wait. Got this washi tape, it is gorgeous. She had a 50% off sale for her shop. She was just clearing out some stuff. I love her, and I've loved her for the longest. She has been a huge inspiration to me. She makes really cute animal art. She does landscapes, she does buildings. I have a ton of her art in my sketchbooks from when I was more just practicing and learning, and she gave me permission to share those pages with you when I did my 20 filled sketchbook tour. So I will link my sketchbook tour playlist below, but when I saw that she had a 50% off sale, honey, you know that I went nuts. Come on, of course I'm gonna go nuts. And lo and behold, she totally sent me some freebies too. This pocket mirror was totally free. And I don't know if you know that I'm obsessed with Sandy Hester, but she always uses a mirror to check her work, whereas I use my camera to check my work. But I love having a little mirror in the studio. She sent me this adorable thank you card. It is so cute. And you know it's a cute bunny. I mean, do you see why I love her? These cats were totally a bonus. I love them so much. They're black and white with these teal turquoise highlights. They're adorable. I can't wait to put these on my journals, on my sketchbooks. And then you know I had to order the little cuties spread of animals. I've actually painted that little goat on the right myself in my sketchbook like over a year ago. And then I saw that she'd painted it in her style, very different style. So I had to have that. This is a spread I painted in my Moleskine sketchbook and followed along with her. They're so cute. So I just have great memories of these, and I can't believe I'm going to have them in sticker form. And then I got these autumn feels, which I've already added to a sketchbook I'm currently using. How stinking cute! I love her artwork, and I love that you can get your favorite artist's artwork in sticker form, and you're good to go. So look at this haul! I'm super excited about it. Here's an example of where I already put it on my sketchbook right next to my Mirabilir. I also put the bunny sticker on the back of that sketchbook, the bunny on the top left of the little cuties. So anyways, had to show you that. And I thought it would be appropriate to use that little unboxing as a segue to discuss basically personal finance for artists, or at least personal finance for art supply aficionados like me. I'm actually both an artist and an art supply obsessed human. So I thought it would be helpful for me to tell you how the heck am I affording all these art supplies, because I've done a lot of hauls since I started my channel, and I would be wondering that if I were watching a channel that had that many hauls, especially because these are not sponsored videos. I have not yet done a sponsored video or even a video where a supply was sent to me for free. That's not something I've done yet. So one thing that I really live by, and my husband and I both do this, is something that Paula Pant, who's a personal finance sort of guru, podcaster, blogger, she runs the Afford Anything podcast and blog. And I'm sorry, I just needed to give you a close-up because this paint is so delicious. And this really goes to the heart of what I'm about to talk to you about, which is, she says you can afford anything, but you can't afford everything. That's her tagline that she starts every podcast with, and it's literally in the name of her podcast and her blog. And what she means by that is, if you really prioritize and love travel, then you can focus your funds and the money that you have on travel, and you can sacrifice in other areas. And it won't really be a sacrifice, quote unquote, right? Scare quotes, because you don't care about those other things the way that you care about travel. You don't care about those other things the way that you care about art supplies, in my case. So that really is what it is that it's almost like that Marie Kondo thinking about what sparks joy and what brings you joy in your life. There probably are a lot of things that we all spend money on that we don't even notice that we're spending money on, because it's just out of habit, and we wouldn't miss it if we stopped spending money on that. Now, trust me, I recognize that it's not going to apply to everyone. I'm just speaking for me. I have a job, I live in a house with my husband, I'm safe and secure. I know that this is a very privileged place to be speaking from, in that I don't have to worry about basic necessities for myself, for my life. So I don't want this to come across as bragging or like I don't appreciate those wonderful things in my life. It's more, wherever I am in my life, am I allocating my resources to my actual values, or are they just sort of slipping through my fingers without any thought going into it at all? Things that I could have done differently and shifted around if I were thinking about it, if I were just conscious about where my money was going and what it was going to. And even just questioning what your baseline expenses are, the things that you would never think to get rid of, but you really should. That really was a new concept for me. Like, you want a phone or you need a phone, but what phone? Do you know what I mean? Like, even just that, like, you don't question that you need a phone, but which phone are you going to use? Is it possible to buy a used phone? Is it possible to buy a flip phone? Is it possible to buy one of those prepaid phones? Do you really need a house phone, or do you just need your cell phone for everything? So yes, please bear in mind that I'm speaking only from my perspective and the choices I was making based on the finances that I had and where I am in this sort of socioeconomic scale and what I'm dealing with. So for my peer group, I would say I'm definitely known as a cheap person, not in the sense that I'm like rude about it or I veto plans or anything, but if we go out for plans, I'm going to be the one, you know, that orders the appetizer for dinner and doesn't buy any alcohol with my meal. I learned how to cut both my hair and my husband's hair, and have been doing that for years. Enjoy the satisfying tape peel while I tell you the rest. I also groom my own dog. I give him what's known as a home chop job to the groomers. I'm not a clothes horse. If I need new clothes, I buy replacement clothes at like ThredUp or Goodwill or even Old Navy if I want to go brand new. I Marie Kondo'd my closet and I found that I had so many clothes, so many more clothes than I ever could have worn, and so many things that still had tags on them that I'd bought out of like an ideal, like, oh, one day this will fit, one day I'll be the kind of person that wears this, things like that. And that was really eye-opening, and I stopped buying so many clothes forever after that. I don't really buy coffee out. I make it at home and bring it with me if I'm going somewhere to meet friends or something. I don't really eat out at sit-down fancy tip restaurants. I usually go out to eat at places like Panera or Qdoba. And by the way, this is my super-granulating watercolor palette, if you're wondering what this is. I did the solid background in acrylic paint, and now I'm doing the bare in super-granulating watercolors. This was so much fun. I don't have subscription services, so I don't have Prime, I don't have Hulu, I don't have Apple Plus, I don't have Disney, I don't have Netflix. I use YouTube and Instagram, which are free. I don't buy books usually. I'll use the library. I don't buy DVDs. I walk down to the library, and I love the library. It's so cool, and I just have such a love for it. And you can get ebooks. So I just like tear through things like romance novels, and I'm having the time of my life, and I don't have to spend any money on that beyond the, you know, taxes I'm already paying. My husband and I looked for a location for our living arrangements that was walking distance to as many things as possible, like the grocery store and the library and our friends and family, so we could minimize gas costs. I don't have a lot of electronics. Really, all I have is my phone and my iPad, and I just replace, and of course my like 2015 computer. I only replace electronics when they break. So I don't like chase the newest electronic. It just doesn't matter to me in my life. It's not something I personally get joy out of. It's not my preference. I don't play video games. It's just never been my thing. Like I said, some people would hate to read romance novels and would laugh their butts off at me for doing that. And some people just love gaming. It's not about what I enjoy, it's about what you enjoy. So this wouldn't be like a blueprint for anyone other than Maggie. Like this only applies to me. These particular examples, they're just examples for you of how my money that would normally go to a bunch of different things that normal people spend money on in my sort of range of income levels, I just don't spend money on that. Like my husband and I share a 2007, 2008, 2009, I actually don't even remember what year it is, but it's over 10-year-old car, and we share it. Because we love commuting together, we work near each other, we would just drive together, and it became such a fun thing to share our commute together. We would listen to podcasts. At first we would listen to the podcasts, and then we started turning them off and just yapping with each other, and it was so awesome. Like even full work days became bonding sessions with my husband. So for us, it's all about lowering our baseline expenses as much as possible to where we don't really miss anything or feel that we're cutting expenses because we're not cutting the things we really care about. I care about art. I do it every single day. I spend a ton of time on it. It makes me so happy. It's my therapy. It's my celebration time. It's my relaxation time. It's my zone time. And my husband, for his turn, is a drummer. So he has a really nice drum set that he's had for a billion years since we first got married. And he just loves it and loves on it and treats it really well. So this is just a little puppy interlude for you to show you what he was up to in the studio while we've been talking. And you know, this is really scary to put myself out there like this and talk about my approach to my own personal finances. I'm just going to reiterate one more time, please don't feel judged or anything like that just because I have different preferences than you, or maybe we have the exact same preferences and you can let me know in the comments. But my point is more, we're all different and this is what works for me. And I hope it sparks some inspiration for you to take a look at your budget and see where there might be some trade-offs where you're spending money where your heart doesn't lie and you're putting money towards things that you don't love and care about the way that you do about art or whatever you love and care about that money could be going to for you. So with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed seeing this adorable little bear come together. I was so excited to do exactly what I had envisioned when I was doing that Kuratake painting and do the solid color background with the watercolor bear. I had such a blast painting this. Let me know which one you prefer in the comments below. Check if you're subscribed, and if you're not, I would so appreciate it if you would subscribe if you're new. Like the video and leave me a comment with what you thought. I hope that you are nice because I am really scared to put my thoughts about something like this out there. It's definitely a first for me. So until next time, remember, create something cute.